Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. I'm Audra, and for today's video we are going to do a no foundation makeup. I feel like especially for the summertime, not having to wear foundation is really nice, especially when it's like really hot out and you feel like your makeup's just like melting off of your face. But a lot of times you don't want like the heaviness of a foundation, but you still want to have like some nice coverage and just to look more like lively, awake, and put together without having to have foundation on. Plus, I feel like I've heard so many people say they don't like foundation. Through like working at Ulta, I used to have people come in, like customers all the time, and be like, I just don't like the feeling of foundation. So I feel like this is a good look if you either don't like the feeling of foundation or you just don't want to wear it, especially in these upcoming summer months. So let's get into it. Filming in a different area, just felt like I needed to change it up a little bit. So we're out in my living room instead of the bedroom. There's a lot more like natural light out here and stuff, so I feel like I like this vibe a lot. But first I'm going to go in with the Supergoop glow screen. For one, we're going to use this for our SPF, and for two, since we're not going to put any foundation on, we need some kind of nice hydrating, like creamy base to be able to blend everything else into. I've tried to like just put concealer on before without having any kind of base at all, and it's very hard to blend things out. I feel like it makes it really noticeable where you have like concealer and where you don't. It's just like doesn't blend into your skin as well. So this is nice and dewy and glowy, so it's gonna help to blend the rest of the makeup into the skin and make it look really natural. And I want it to be like nice and kind of like tacky and creamy, so I'm using quite a bit of it and blending that in. It has a little bit of like a tint to it, so I feel like it does make you look a little bit like bronze. And there's just no white cast or anything with this. And then next I'm gonna go in with concealer. I'm just gonna pinpoint the places that I feel like I really need the coverage, so like under my eyes and around my nose, and then a couple of blemishes, but that's really it. I like this Ilia serum foundation for this because, like it says, it's like more of a serum, so it's a little bit more like liquidy, easier to blend into the skin when you don't have like a foundation on. And it's also really nice and easy to blend out with your fingers as well. I have this in SC 0.5. And then first I'm going to take my ring finger and try to blend it out a little bit this way, because it helps to like warm it up and blend in a little bit better with the warmth of your fingers. Just feel like it looks more natural. So it takes a little bit of time to kind of tap, but I do feel like it makes it look more blended. So it's mostly blended in. Some parts of it are kind of sitting on top of the skin. This is a wet, like Real Techniques makeup sponge. And then I'm just patting in the rest of the concealer, so it's nice and blended. I feel like it's hard to blend the concealer in completely with your fingers, but I feel like it's a good start. And using the sponge also helps to like pick up any of the excess concealer that you might not even need, that's kind of just sitting on top of your skin. You might hear the mower going because they're doing the lawn here at my apartment building. I feel like they never do it on the same day, so it's like suddenly just starts and you're like, shoot, I didn't think they would be doing it today. But so if you hear that, sorry, it's just the people doing the lawn. But the concealer is all blended in. It looks like I have some nice coverage. It's definitely not, you know, the most full coverage because you don't have foundation on or anything, but I feel like for the summertime that's okay. I tend to feel a little bit more confident in my skin and just okay with like my some of my imperfections and blemishes showing through. It just doesn't seem as important to me for some reason when it's like the summertime and you're in the sun and stuff like that. So you can definitely add more concealer if you need, or if you want a little bit more coverage, but this is good for me. I feel like it just like evened out my skin just enough. And then for the rest of the makeup, we're gonna be using creams because I feel like they just look more natural. They blend into the skin a little better, and it doesn't look like there's makeup like sitting on top of your skin at all. Like I feel like powders can look, especially if you don't have much to like blend it into because you're not wearing foundation. So I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty cream bronzer. This is in Butter Biscuit. A nice creamy bronzer, and then especially with the wet sponge will help to blend it in really nicely. So I'm just gonna tap and add that to my cheeks. Not gonna really do any contouring or anything. Just some bronze. Plus I feel like contouring seems to be kind of like out right now. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you still contour, if you still think it's like an important step, if you still really like the look of it. I just feel like we're getting to a point where a lot of people are really into more natural makeup. I know I am for sure on a daily basis. I just feel like the trend now is more natural and just bronzed and not so much like contoured. You'll have to let me know what you think. They're like right here too, like right outside. Okay, I just sat and waited for a while, and I think it's further away. It's not quite as loud. I still hear like one weed whacker, so I hope it's not too loud. But I'm gonna do some cream blush. This is the Ilia Multi-Stick in Dreamer, like my favorite everyday shade. It's so pretty. And again with the wet beauty blender. And I'm just going to not apply it right to my skin with the stick, but I'm just gonna put my beauty blender in it first and then apply it from there. I just feel like it puts a little bit less product on your skin. Makes it look a little bit more diffused. I feel like this color almost is like that, like a little bit of sunburned look, which I think is kind of cute for the summer. Obviously it's not cute to be sunburned, but we can fake it in a healthier way. I'm gonna add a little bit more glow to the tops of my cheeks and my brow bone. This is the Glossier Halo Scope in Quartz. And again, dipping my sponge in and then applying it. Just adds a little bit more glow. I'm gonna run the Glossier Boy Brow through my brows. I have this in brown. I'm going to take my Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit and just fill in a little bit of the sparse areas. I have this one in shade 4. And to make it look nice and natural, I'm going to just go with the hair growth, like the direction of the hair growth. And just do little strokes just to like fill in mostly just the ends. That's where I start to get kind of sparse. Just to set in that concealer a little bit, I'm going to use the Glossier Wowder. And this is the Real Technique setting brush. And I'm just going to tap it under the eyes. Just make it last a little longer. Mattify it just a little bit. And then help with creasing. I'm also going to go around my nose, so pretty much anywhere that I apply that concealer. I'm just going to do a light amount of powder. And they're back. For eyes, I'm going to take the Ulta Beauty Cream Eyeshadow and Liner, and I have this in Taupe of the World, and go all over the lid with this to create a really nice shimmery eye. gonna use my finger and just blend out the edges so it's not like a stark line at all. And then I've been really loving this Revlon So Fierce palette. I have this in Tantrum and it's so pretty. It's just like the prettiest shimmery, like most shimmery shades. But I'm gonna take this deepest one right way at the end here and take a Morphe M167 brush, just like a nice little shader brush, nice and like precise. And I'm just gonna pick that up and tap it along the lash line just to create some depth. Kind of using this almost as a liner, but definitely more diffused and smoky than an actual liner. I'm gonna do it a little bit under the eyes as well. I'm gonna spray some MAC Fix Plus before I do mascara. I'm gonna use this little like flat end of the sponge and just tap in that spray a little bit. I feel like it helps it kind of soak in and last, and your makeup lasts longer. I'm gonna curl the lashes, of course. And for mascara, I'm gonna use the Ilia mascara. This is the Fullest Volumizing Mascara. They do have like 2 different mascaras. This is the more volumizing one. And then last for lips, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Glow Paradise Little Balm in 130 Nude Heaven. It's like a really pretty brownie nude. And just add that to the lips. These are so like nice and comfortable and hydrating. The perfect little summer balm. Okay, and that is the finished look. So that is my little no foundation summery look. I feel like you can't even tell I don't have foundation on or anything, but it feels nice and light for the summertime, or if you don't like the heaviness of a foundation, but I still feel like glamorous and nice and covered and even. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely give it a like if you did. I always forget to mention this, but I do link everything in the description box below, everything that I used. If you do see something that you like, you can definitely go and find it right away. It makes it super easy. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. I will see you on Friday for another new video. Bye!